My name is Sean Rowe, and I'm based out of a little town called Troy, New York. And I've been a touring musician now for about a good solid 10 years. What decade of music would I want to be transported to? I'd say that probably from, I would say 55 to 65. Yeah. Especially around the time of the early rock and roll period, that's my time. And my father grew up in that time, but so not me. But if I had to go back, I'd probably go back to that. A lot of blues, a lot of early soul music came out of that era. I love to listen to REO Speedwagon, Take It On the Run, because that was a time in my life when I was 8 years old and I lived in this little village, and I just have really fond memories of this time. And you know how you remember a song when you were a kid? That was it. I remember every time I listen to that, I can get a sense for all my surroundings at the time, where I lived and my room and what the outside was like, the yard and all that stuff. Take It On the Run, believe it or not. First album I owned was a record by Falco, Austrian rock singer, Falco. I don't have it anymore, but I thought it was interesting. That was when looping was kind of becoming, I guess, getting its start into popular music, the idea of repetitive, weird sounds in pop music and flute and all that stuff. It's not an album that I think holds up today, really, but that was the first one I bought, Falco. Well, if money was not an object, I would probably, one of the first things I would get is a hollow body electric. I used to have an ES 135, I think it was. Cherry red model, beautiful guitar. And I would get, there's so many amps, so many really great amps. I'd probably pick up some vintage Supro amp and also Jazzmaster guitars. I love those baritones. Be a lot of vintage gear, that's for sure. Yeah. I'd probably choose to be invisible. It'd be pretty awesome. I wish I had written these many songs, but big one I can think of is probably Famous Blue Raincoat by Leonard Cohen. Best songs ever written, one of the best. I would be a red-tailed hawk if I chose to come back as an animal. Not too many people in my circle have heard of this artist, but he's no longer alive, but it's a big inspiration on my singing. Is Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. He's a real long name, but probably the best singer that I've ever heard. Just an amazing vocalist. He transcended a lot of genres, but his music is timeless, really. I'm usually the first one to go to bed at a party. I don't stay up too late, because I'd be a lousy guest. But let's see. Jack Nicholson, for sure. He seems like a lot of fun. And let's see, who else? Yeah, Al Pacino. He's another one, another artist. And then I guess who else would be really interesting? Thinking of a poet. What's his name? No, I can't think of his name. Maybe he only got 2 people coming to the party. Yeah, we'll take those 2. Al Pacino and Nicholson. No, it's fun. I'd love to tour with Regina Spektor. I'm a big fan of hers. I like her earlier stuff. It's my favorite. Her first record, but I do like her a lot. And of course, I'd say Nico Case, big fan of hers too. I like the idea of having a going, with female. I think the dynamic in the voices is really good. So there's a lot of female artists that I pick. I want to thank everybody for listening and supporting me. And I'm going to be hopefully coming back to Boston as much as possible. I'm pretty close to this area, so we're really trying to work it out here to get my music out. So thanks again.